Lanny Lee, the internet car guy, and I am absolutely blessed today because I have a young lady with me who has kind of a little bit of a unique story to tell. So I'm going to let you just go ahead and talk. We were chatting without the camera, and I swear she's absolutely a natural. She's fabulous. But why don't you tell me a little bit about your experience with Kia Carland, how you came to make a decision about car shopping and why us and all of that stuff, because I think it was like on a Saturday when you first reached out. And why and how and what was your reaction, your salesperson, and as little about me as possible because I'm just not that way. So please introduce yourself first. I'm sorry.
I am Tamara and from Alpharetta, Georgia, and I had been wanting to make a change. I've been a BMW owner for the last 6 to 7 years. Love BMW. However, through the different cars that I've traded in, financing just became out of whack. But yet I wanted still a reliable car with good warranty and known in the marketplace to have stability. So
I'm sorry for interrupting, but I also remember that you said something about you didn't really want to skimp on the luxury items too.
I did. I want to maintain my level of luxury. However, I wanted a good, reliable car that kept me with all the features that the BMW gave me, but had a better warranty system.
Because you've been pampered, and you deserve to be pampered some more, don't you?
Absolutely.
Good.
So with that being said, I had started doing my homework, and before I came into the dealership, I wanted to know what the numbers were going to be. I was not about to get into this whole come sell me and all this other stuff. So I called and I got Lanny on the phone and immediately told him, you're not going to sell me. I just want to know what the numbers are and just be honest. And he said, you know what? I'm not going to shoot the breeze. I'm going to tell you what it is, and I'll call you back. Give me some information. Let me do my homework, and I'll call you back. If I don't call you back in an hour, you call me. Well, it wasn't even an hour later, and he called back, and he was very honest. He said, your situation is not good on the finances part. However, we do have a solution for you. And do you have a minute or two that you can come in this afternoon to let's look at some options for you? And I said, don't have me come there if we don't have some true options where I can leave the dealership in a new car. He said, well, come on in, let's look at the options, let's make sure that the numbers work and it's a good fit all the way around. That I respected and I appreciated because I knew going into the situation it wasn't that great on the finances part.
It wasn't your first rodeo, was it?
No. So when I got here, he put me in with Greg, who was my sales rep, and he was excellent, and he was very knowledgeable about the cars at hand. Yet and still, Lanny was back there working the numbers. Before I knew it, I think the whole dealership was working for me. From the pre-finance guy, to the finance guy, to Greg trying to make sure it's the right car. So finally Greg comes to me and says, you know what, I think we found a solution for you. And we want you to test drive this car. Now, I did have my requirements. I wanted a white car. I wanted all the features my BMW had, plus some. And I wanted an SUV. I wanted to move away from the car into an SUV. So they put me in a white 2016 Sorento, which is awesome. I love my car. I look good in my car.
I can attest to that. Actually, you do.
And when it came to the financing, which really made sense, I'm finally out of the merry-go-round. The merry-go-round that I was on with BMW, that I was going to continue to be on for the next 6 years. And clearly the car already had close to 50,000 miles on it. And now you're talking in 6 more years before I was able to do something. I left the dealership with a 2016, a car that's so new that the insurance people couldn't even find the VIN on it.
That's too cool.
And I left with a wonderful warranty package, a cheaper payment for a brand new car. And the customer service has been like through the roof. I am accustomed to a certain standard of excellence when it comes to customer service because I too am in sales. I believe to delivering that. And Kia has done that. So I'm very pleased. And every day I get up and I say, I love my car. Every time I get out the car, I love my car. And I honestly didn't have that in my last BMW. it was a numbers. I made that decision on that 2013 BMW off of numbers. But looking back at it, it still wasn't even a good number fit. This is all the way around a car that I can have for the duration of the term and be happy with it for the entire time. So I do thank Kia for all that they did for me.
And Kia Carland.
Kia Carland.
The thing that I remember the most out of what you were saying too, it seemed like you had been with BMW for a while, but you were never getting ahead. You just kept, it's like you kept getting further and further behind because they would take that negative equity from one BMW, pile it onto the next one, and there was no way to get out of it. Or at least, you know, it was really,
a numbers
it's going to be
game.
tough.
It was no way. It was no way of getting out of that. The car was not going to last an additional 6 years
Right.
for me to complete the term. And I'm definitely not in the position to make extra payments to get out of that situation as well. So I was in a loss. And but honestly, at the end of the day, I won because I have a 2016. It's March of 2015.
Right. And when you get out of this one in what, like 3 years?
3
was
years.
All of your negative equity is going to be gone.
Right. It's no need to trade the car. I'm in a good position.
Right.
It was the best decision I've made thus far in 2015, especially when it came to finances.
Yay! You've been fabulous. No, and the fact that you said, well, I'm not going to do this today, but I'll come back, and of course, I'll be happy to tell people
Absolutely.
about what happened. And the reason why everybody wanted to work with you, Tamara, is because you're just that type of person. You're very dynamic, and you make people want to reach out and kind of do the right thing. And I remember the phone conversation, too. It was kind of like, don't you have me come down there? And I was like going, I wouldn't do that. I really wouldn't.
Right.
But I can, you know, every day I deal with people that have been dealing with car people all their lives, it seems like. And they're used to being treated a certain way. And, you know, it becomes kind of a cliche to say I wanted to exceed their expectations. All I want to do is be a real person and treat people like they deserve to be treated, and use that like 20 years in the restaurant business instead of my 7 or 8 years in the car business to kind of like dominate what I do and stuff. And I'm thrilled. You work for my favorite radio station. You do some other things too. You're just a very dynamic individual. I want all of your friends to come and buy from us here at Kia Carland too.
Well, you definitely sold to the right person because I definitely spread the word. Because at the end of the day, it's all about honesty and it's about the numbers and making it a good fit. And that's what you did for me over the phone. I was buying a car after our second conversation over the phone. It was just a matter of finding the right one that fit the situation. So I do thank you, and I thank you for your honesty because you were very open and honest. Like, your situation is not good.
Well, maybe I was a little too honest. But no, I mean, it was kind of like you knew where you were. And I mean, I could hear that in your voice too. And if you weren't the right type of person, then of course I would have been a little bit more discreet, but no less honest. I mean, I don't know any other way to be, really. So you've been fabulous. Thanks, everybody out there. Internet car guy Lanny Lee here at Kia Carland in Roswell. If you own a BMW and you or any vehicle and you've been kind of upside down because you just keep piling it on each year, come in and see us. We'll help you get out from under that and start all over again. And you are going to be amazed by the quality of the vehicle. Look at her face. I mean, BMW, and she got out of that and into a Kia, and I've never seen anybody look quite so happy. So thanks a lot. I really appreciate you coming down, and we'll look forward to seeing you over and over again when you come in for service.
Yes, sir.
I don't normally do a whole lot of editing.
You're going to have to do some editing on that bad boy.
Really, you think? Oh, let me see this. What happened?
It's there. I just can't pull it up.
Well, I certainly hope so. What happened? Because I know it was